Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success, and this morning I'm going to be showing you the beginning of a new strategy, the beginning of how I'll be laying it out for everybody as I trade it live, so they can try to duplicate the setup, or they can watch me as I trade it live, and we'll go from there. So stick around. This should be interesting. This will be the first installment of just see how this is going to work when I go live. So I'll be right back.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Okay, so welcome back, everybody. We're looking forward to the market opening in just a few minutes. So I'm going to go over this quickly. So what I've done here on this new strategy is I have gone back and marked important levels for historical data. There could be pivot points over the last few days, because NVIDIA seems to be sticking around this general price range 145 to 140. It went up to 146 yesterday on some news. So this is generally pivot points that we'll be looking for. I also have on here on the 1 minute chart, I have put multiple, the new ATR level script that I haven't made available yet, but I will soon, that is marking the high and the halfway point, and that's on this 1 minute chart now, so we can better see ranges here. He's only going to mark it for this today, being right here. Let's just zoom in on this. So you can see that there's the high range if you took the entire ATR and multiplied it from the opening and went up, or from the last day's close and went, and then the entire amount red is down here in the dotted. And these are the typical way we do the ATR for the RV strategy. So now this is sort of the beginning. I've been doing this a little bit. You haven't seen me on as much with the RV strategy because I've been kind of getting this ready for everybody to see how it, how it might work. So this is just a beginning of that. I might put this out even though you're not trading live with me, just so you can start to see what's coming up. So let's just see. I am still tweaking the strategy myself, although the idea behind this is that I basically, what's missing in although many millionaires have been made with the RV strategy, as you guys know from reading the chat, there is still a problem with people just understanding how to scalp within the channel trading. So we're going back to just learning how to scalp, which might be all you need. I mean, there isn't a book out about this that actually for large cap. So now, this will be evolving for not just large caps too, but we're going to start with that on this video just so you can see. So basically, how I will handle this open is I'm ready to, now I'm doing large share size, so I'm ready to average up to 400, 800, even 1,600. Okay, so I have a max loss of $500 per trade, but yet at the same time, I'm only trying to make $100 to $200 a day. So if things go really wrong, it's not going to be good for me. So you would say that some people might be turning off this video right now. Oh, that guy's crazy. But no, I have a 99% accuracy. Yes, that is correct, guys. 99%. All right, trading this particular scalping I am very, very good at. So this is me trying to teach you how to do it. It's not a braggart. I'm just telling you why I'm okay with a better loss than a win. I'm only trying to get $10 to $20 per trade, except this first opening trade. And I do have the flatten key up here, the bid and the ask. We're opening in just a few seconds. So I'm going to watch this movement to see what happens here, and then get ready to jump in for it to swing back the opposite way, and then be ready to double down if I call it wrong. So here we go. Market's going to open in 3 seconds. Looks like it wants to go up. The overall market is down, as you can see from the market pulse over here. So it is going down first. So let's see if we can get a bottom. Nope, there it goes. This is why the first candle's so dangerous up here. So probably what I'll do as it goes up, if it hits like 145, I would definitely short at that area and be prepared to continue to short. Actually, I'm going to short right now. From looking at it, it looks like it is faded away. So we're going to just go ahead and see. So that's 200 shares. So let's see what happens. So I got it. Wow, I got it really bad at 67. I thought it was higher than that when I hit it. So that's the problem with hitting market. I got the wrong end. And there was a longer, a higher spread when I first got in. So I will not double down, meaning double my share size until it gets much higher, and then try to end up with something that's, more in this area. But let's just, you should expect these kinds of swings. I went in a little early, as you can see. There it goes. So that's too bad for me. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and average down. So now I'm at 144.86. So I'm way up here at 400 shares. So we're looking for that to come back and save me. So I'm at 144.86. So let's see what happens here. I would not go up to 800 shares till up here. Now, the logic would be you're doing this with 10 shares or 20 shares. It depends a lot on your share size. I'm going to go ahead and try to get out there. Let's see what happens. It didn't pick me up. I went out by trying to buy the bid. There we go. So out of all that drama, I got 28 bucks. But that's actually a really good trade. And that was, so you watch my accuracy, guys. That was my first green trade. And a lot of people say don't average up or average down, that it's very, very risky. It is. And why you would not want to do it is if you can't control your max loss. So I had a very high max loss, as you know. I mean, for trading this kind of price action, that was a very high max loss. So it's not. It's a strategy where I'm trying to teach scalping skills, and you might want to. Obviously, you're going to want to practice in a simulator, for a lot of time before you trade live. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and then. So now I'm much more inclined to trade this short. To finish that sentence, you should seek the advice of a licensed financial advisor before you try to emulate anything I'm showing you here. So I feel it's near its high unless there's some news that comes out here. So I have different news things up. This is Benzinga. This is CNBC on, and this is the news through not Street Smart Edge, through Thinkorswim. So I hesitate to go long because this has a lot further to go down than it does to go up. So we're kind of I would want to wait to see if it's going to respect any of these previous levels where it stopped and turned around. It may be worthless. They may not do anything. I just saw here that doesn't look like, I have the half and whole dollar up too. Yeah. So those are already built in. So, when you're looking at different scripts, I'm obviously got the market pulse. So now the market's turning around and going up, right? Even though the futures were down this morning. The idea is that within a half hour to 45 minutes, you have your goal and you base your share size on what your goal is going to be, right? So I do have level 2 up, but it's not, you can see it definitely looks like it's going to go back up here. So I'm going to see if I can short off this level up here again if it goes up that high. I might take a short in here anytime and just build my position going up, but there it goes up a little bit, 73. So I'm looking at the ask. This time I'm going to try to go in at the ask so I don't get that terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and get in. So I got in at 79. So I'll buy the bid to get out. You don't normally see me do the ask and the bid, but I'm going to do it here. See if we can get out. So we got to $46 on the second trade. So we're just $100, guys. Maybe 100, maybe 200, maybe 300. That's what we're going for. So let's see again. If this keeps going up, I will short with every intention of adding to it all the way. Maybe if it breaks 146, that's when I'd stop adding. And that's our first ATR up there, especially if it breaks that. I would much prefer to go short, up in here. But at the same time, I want to get some trades in. So let's see what happens. Now, if you're patient, the best way is to wait for it to get a little higher and be short biased for this stock today. Only because it's nearer to the height of its range than the low of its range. So there's the real high if it was the full thing. But it's kind of right in the middle. So it would really be at the high at the range if I added to it. And that's kind of what I want to do. This is low share size, really, to make much money, right? So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get in. It keeps going from up to 94. 94 is I would take, but it seems like it faded. Yeah, it faded off. So I have a cancel all if it takes too long. What I'll do is I'll look at the price action. Yeah, already I don't like it, so I'm going to not be locked into that position if it zips up. So that's why I have cancel all. Also, if it picks up a partial, that's why I have flatten. And sometimes when you're doing buy, bid, and sell, ask, you will get partials. And that's why I keep the flatten key up here. So there we go. We're getting back up to the area if it keeps springing up where I might want to sell the ask as it goes up. So now it fell off. So it's really respecting the 145 level. It's not hitting that even dollar amount. And this is kind of what you can expect from NVIDIA. Now, I got a little caught up in that move yesterday when it shorted on that news that I think it was around 11. I was still practicing this strategy, with a bunch of other people to just see like, hey, can we really teach you guys who might want to trade with 10 shares, how much money can you really make? And this scalping, obviously, the biggest traders, the ones that make the most money, retail traders, are traders that scalp. As much as $20 million a year. There was a trader just yesterday, he's put a video out right away, he made $200K in just a little while, scalping. So it can be done with large share size. That was trading momentum stocks off the scanners. Remember to go to the free scanner settings so you don't have, that I have here on one of the videos, so you don't have to pay for a service. And then you need to practice. Now, I probably, when I trade this live, I'll be trading it with hotkeys. Right now, I'm showing you here, but you're going to want to get proficient with hotkeys just so you can react quicker. But right now, see, so we're just dying out here. So here's our volume. Look what's happened, right? So this is going to make it harder. So often there'll be a lull. There we go. So now we're going to get up in here. I'm going to take that, see if I can I got it. So I got it right at 99. So now it could break it, and then I'll just add to it. But I'm looking for a fall off here. Yeah, I'll try to get in that. So I got $20 again. So I think that's 3 trades. Yeah, it looks like 3 trades because it's averaging about $20 or so. So again, I get all the time comments, he can't possibly average 85%. Guys, you're right. It's way better. So once you learn how to scalp, it's not just me. I'm just in a pack, all right? Once you learn how to scalp, accuracy is very, very high. It's very high. Now, when you go for bigger money, it can, it just depends on how you trade. Everybody trades a different way. So it's just something to keep in mind, okay? Now, there's a lot of issues with what I have here. And right now, I don't really have permission to play this live. I have the volume off. I don't really have permission to put this up, although I am affiliated with Benzinga. But I mean, they would allow me if I just asked. So I'm going to set up a bunch of other things to make sure everything I show doesn't get me into trouble. Right now, this will be a delayed video, so there's no chance of that. These are things people don't talk about a lot. I'm covering a lot of information as I'm trading. Again, I am now waiting for this to break up again. The only way I would go long here is if it was way down in here somewhere. So this is a waiting game to get the better trade. So it's starting to go up again. Let's see if we can get up there to 145. It's probably going to break through it, which is okay. I just want to get in, and then I'll add to it if it keeps going up. So that's where you guys can see it gets a little dicey. But because it's really hitting to break through it. I'm going to go ahead and get out. It's only 93. Too bad. Okay. So we're going to want to get out of this quicker. If we, because it might not, I don't like the position. So I'm looking for a green to get out. I'm just going to get out. I think that's only $1. Yeah. But I want to get back in at a higher position. So, but I want to have a green trade too. I want to keep my accuracy up. We compete against that stuff. And many, many days I get 100%, many days. But usually I'll have 1 or 2 trades I miss out of 30 or whatever it is. So, all right, let's try. So I got it exactly at 145. Risky a bit, because it's making its break now. So now it might be harder for it to fall off of that. But so that would have been 23 if it would have picked me up down there, but it didn't pick me up. You see my thing right there. You keep seeing mine, but it seems like it wants to go back up higher than that. So I'm going to leave that riding for now to see if I get picked up. So let's just bide our time. Wait a minute and see. There it goes. All right, so 93 now. So if we were going for $100 a day, you know, I'm almost there. What is the time? So that's 10 minutes into the market, right? So a lot of people, that's all they're looking to get is $100 a day. And I don't know how long. I do have people that want to trade the RV strategy with me this morning, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this with this lower share size. But I wanted to give you guys something just so you could see what's coming up and show you a little bit about just scalping, because the RV strategy and the open strategy, based on those books, those strategy guides that I have links to, put out by the $1 Million Margin Club, they work really well, but you really need scalping skills too. You see me using scalping skills when I trade that. Everybody's trying to come up with a strategy that you need as little skill as possible, obviously. So that you can just go like, oh, I made money. And it's just not possible. But, you know, those strategy guys, Day Trading Volume 1 and Day Trading Volume 4, are about as close as you're going to get, you know. And then the next thing you want, like, just to briefly go over why I wait for this to move back up again, is that's the sweet spot I'm looking for now. But I do think it's going to break it soon. It's not going to keep doing this. It keeps tapping. It's making a flat top here, kind of. So eventually it's going to break it, and I'll be like, oh, crap, and I'll have to add to it and add to it. Maybe not, you know. So look at the market just went down. So this is the market pulse over 5 minutes. So this is telling you the QQQ, the SPY, the bonds, all right, and the fear. This is always good to have up, especially if you're trying to monitor screen space so you don't have a lot of charts up. So this is really good to do. Then you really want the ScalpMeter Pro, which is now it's telling you that it's crossed over below the VWAP. It's crossed below the VWAP while it's going down. So this is pretty important to have this, and it's giving you the percentages either on a bar meter or right here. So it helps you get in or out. This is the multi-chart alignment. So that's a 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. What are those charts showing? What are those traders doing? Knowing that is helpful, right? So these are just some of the indicators that I would have. I would get when it's available. There's the old ATR indicator out right now at the $1 Million Margin Club. I'll have a link to all of these. But I am making a new one based on this strategy alone, just because that seems to be a pivot point to go down. A lot of people trade on the highest ATR value. They set it the lowest low and the highest high based on the entire ATR rather than half the ATR, right? So I don't have a lot longer to trade here. Let's hope we can at least break 100. So, but it's hard in this price action. I mean, I could draw another line right here, but I wouldn't trust it, you know. So, okay, so it did break through the 50 cent down here. So it's got a breakdown. It might be worth going long, but I don't know. I don't like the fact that the whole market's going down. I might have to keep adding to it and then get into trouble, because really it could easily go way down here, even down to the 41 or 40. So I don't want to start. Instead, it's better to wait and see, is this going to bounce back up and bounce back down and give me some choices to bang off of it? Is this really a respected channel? Or, you know, I don't have enough data, right? That's why I like the 10 o'clock time to trade, even, you know, just for regular scalping, because I have a lot more data coming in. I don't have the market magnet on yet. It's not as effective at the open, right? I don't have the oscillator up here either. So I'm not looking for that, the way it calls out the averages of the candles, because I'm looking for bigger moves. So there's reasons why, and I will go into more detail as I do this more often, why I use the indicators I do on this particular strategy, which is just to teach you how to scalp. That's all this is, teach you how to scalp. So this is a big 5 minute now going down. So let's see how low this is going. This is exactly why I didn't get into it yet, and a buy capacity, right? Yeah, it's just, there's nothing. Current volume is going up as it's going down. So this is, now I could short it here. I just don't feel as comfortable when it's already this low, because you will see NVIDIA be like a Pong game. It just goes up and down, up and down. So why not wait for the better position and then use your averaging down to, as the advantage if you called it wrong and it kept going, and then have that max loss. The danger with averaging down, of course, is that you get way beyond your max loss because so it's going to come back. It's going to come back. Whichever way or averaging up, whichever way you go, you keep thinking to yourself, and then it gets to the point you let it go too far. Then it's like, I have to stay in. I think we all know what I'm talking about, right? So, that's the danger of the way I'm showing you. So you need to practice this in a simulator and with very low share size, and then just set a goal. I think when we start doing this, we're just going to go for $100 to start, and then see if you guys can be making $500 a week in just a few minutes a day. And that's what I'm going to do, rather than the higher share size with the RV strategy, rather than keeping you later in the morning. Just go off of this. Now, I'm working on scanners besides the ones that pick up the mega cap and the large cap to give us a better range of stocks, maybe some stocks that are a little cheaper, although this isn't bad, guys. If you've made the 25,000 PDT, which you're really going to have to, unless you're trading offshore accounts, in order to go short and long and do more than 3 trades a week, or roughly 3 to 4 trades a week. So now it seems to be dropped to a lower channel here, and it can suck you in here. So you need to be patient here. I would be more inclined to think this isn't done going down. So I'd be worried about writing this up, right? I would need more confirmation that this is going up right now, because the readings are not. We've got that saying it on a 5-minute, but and unfortunately I'm running out of time because I got to gear up for the other strategy. But I'll probably release this today just so you can see a different strategy. So you can see my layout, how I've got it set up. This is probably going to change a bit. I put the 5-minute over here now, the 1-minute here. These are the indicators that I'm using for now. And this, if you don't have Nzinga, Nzinga, this is a good, this is the news for here. So yesterday, like I was saying, 11 o'clock, the news hit within a split second. The stock went way up. NVIDIA went up like $2 or whatever. It was doing its 50-cent thing, and then boom, I was in a short, and I added to it, and then added to it, and then added to it, and I was like 800 I think it was 800, and then it came back down. I made some good money. But if you're not prepared to do that, I looked at it and I thought, man, this could go to 150. I'm going to have to call it soon. But luckily it stalled at like 146 area and then turned back around. Those of you that were trading it, probably, maybe a lot of you don't short and you got into it long. This is giving me more confidence to go long right here, reading this pattern. You did get a tweezer. Make sure you learn your patterns. That's in Day Trading Volume 2, the Candlestick Pattern Playbook. It rates these. I think this is a high rating for this tweezer move that sends it upward. But we are making a bear flag here if this turns red with another one. Now this is on a 1-minute, so let's look at the 5-minute. No, too early for any patterns, right? So too early. So I would have to wait this out, and I'm running out of time. But finding this zone, if this keeps bouncing off here, then I would end up maybe taking some longs and then drawing another level here to see, hey, how much is it going to support in this area? You can see that wick hit there. These two almost hit here. I mean, that's not enough to mark. Since I'm about to cut this short, I'm just giving you some ideas about what to do. Let's see if it bounces off that again. Just maybe I can get one more trade in here. 44. Yeah. Looking at it to get up into the 44 range. I'm looking at the ask. See if it's going to do that, and I'll short it again. Let's see what we're going to do here. Maybe it's turning around, which would mean I shouldn't short it. So I'm thinking about that, because there it goes. It hit it briefly, but that was yeah. I'll try to get it. Let's see if I get it. No, I'm going to cancel. It pulled off. I'm not going to do it. Really just forcing a trade right here. This is not where I should take a trade. This is not right. So this is a waiting game now to get this in its groove, and that's what we'll be doing in the mornings. Is we'll get it in its groove, and then I will call what I see. but everybody is, of course, responsible for their own trade. So guys, thanks for watching this very short video, and things to come, and I will have another indicator coming up for free soon. I hope you guys enjoyed that level 2 breakout, which is pretty cool, and it's not really for this style of trading. Yeah, I could have made that trade. You know, if I got in at the 40 range, I would have got another 10 cents or so, 20 bucks, you know, there. But there it goes back up, right? So as the volume went up, it went up. So you would have seen the 2 breakout if I had it up here. Interesting. Anyway, guys, listen, thanks for watching. Always stay inquisitive and go green out there, and I will see you next time.